In this video, I interview Christopher Saver from Atlanta, Georgia, who actually got his start in trading from a college professor that challenged him to a trading contest. And if he could beat his professor, then he'd get a higher grade. In this video, he explains his trading journey and how he went on to actually trade equities at a prop firm desk. In this video, we talk about a lot, including the power of decentralized trading and why it's a game changer. So make sure you don't miss this. Hey, Chris, how are you, man?
It's good to meet you.
Yeah, it's nice to meet you as well. Where are you calling from?
I'm in Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh, cool. Cool. Well, thanks so much for taking a second to chat with me here. Tell me like a little bit of your backstory. What is it that you do for a living? And then how did you get into trading?
So I'm an accountant by trade. So I obviously went to the corporate route, got an accounting degree, went all the way up into real estate, did all that. Actually, I got into trading in college because I had a professor that said, hey, if you guys can beat me in trading, I'll give you a better grade in the class. So immediately sparked my interest. Like if I can get out of this thing, kind of just got into it that way. And it took off where you're constantly watching charts, paying attention to the news. So I did equities for a long time, traded on prop firm desk, did that whole route, did fairly well, I would assume. Not hugely super successful, not like.
So hold on. So you traded at a prop firm desk? Was that for a hedge fund of some sort or a bank or something? Or
it was a private hedge, it was a hedge fund that was trying to do the trying to do a small local prop firm. This was back when the equity position used to be like 10-1. So you had to put up, like back then, the risk bank, you had to put 10% up. Okay. And it had to be physical cash. You couldn't have a credit or anything like that. So you had to actually put money on the table. And we had a local office here in Atlanta. So we traded that for a while. And then that whole team got bought out and moved their operation to New York.
Got it. So you originally got involved because your teacher in college, you said it was, he was challenging you basically. If you could outperform him, then you'd get a better grade. Is that right?
Yeah. So it was like this old stock market game where he gave us like 100,000 each, and it was demo money. Yeah. So at the end of the class, if you beat him performance wise, you got whatever grade you got, you could, get a letter up. And so I started playing with it. I lost a bunch in the beginning. I was like, nobody can do this. And then I just started piquing my interest. Like there's something about this, and turned it around. I obviously beat the teacher. So it just kind of led me down that direction.
Do you remember what the numbers were? I mean, were you profitable? I mean, on that demo account?
Yeah. So you could kind of day trade it in a way. I didn't know what any of day trading was. Didn't know any of that. Didn't know how to trade the news. None of that. So I started kind of figuring that stuff out. At the end of the 4-month period, I almost made like 50%.
Oh, wow.
Back then. So he was like, oh my, how'd you do that? So it just kind of felt like maybe I could do this for a living. Didn't know how really hard it was. Because, trading is it's a beast. I mean, it's nothing to sneeze at. It's hard. It is not for the faint of heart, but it can be very rewarding.
For sure. So that's how you kind of get your feet wet into trading. And then you go off and you go down the corporate accounting route and you're doing that. And then, so when did you get involved in trading forex?
So forex kind of started about 2 years ago, kind of when more of the trading robots started coming out, more of the AI, which is more of your strategies that you can kind of put a automation behind it. So we had some price action stuff that we kind of put together, and you can demo it, and you just kind of putting your feet wet into it, and you kind of realize that the forex market is extremely large. So kind of playing with more of the programming end of it, having a lot of setbacks on it, like that didn't work, and so you get a little bit of success on it, But again, it's just like another form of trading. It just sparks your interest as to what you can do with it.
Okay, gotcha. So you start diving in, you start diving around with robots and whatnot. And then when did you come across our company?
So I came across Blue Edge Financial. I saw your ads a lot, by the way. So I saw you and I saw you talking about it. Yeah, it was YouTube. Mainly it was YouTube. I saw you. I was like, man, this guy's got something. So I started just poking around, like, what's this company about? Yeah. And I kind of see that you did it. You did this in a very genius way. I'll just tell you.
Oh, thank you.
Because a lot of people, I'm just telling you, because I've been around the block a little bit, but so a lot of prop firms and a lot of people that have robots, they keep all that internal. They do not open it up to let other people tweak it or talk about it. It's very hush hush. For sure. Even some of the robots that I've had before, you can't talk to a developer. It's here's what you get and you're down the road and good luck. Yeah. There's none of the community behind it, which is a huge selling point for you. I think it's very undervalued based on how you kind of sell it. Yeah. Because you can get any question you want kind of answered. So it kind of can tailor to kind of what you want. If you're the type of person that wants to just pick a strategy and you trade versus somebody that's heavily tech, wants to really learn this stuff and tweak and tweak and tweak. Yeah. You have that as well. So,
yeah. My inspiration for it all was actually, I was really into, I've really been into crypto for a while, and it really it's just a mash of ideas, right? Of if you think about, Bitcoin, really what it is, or most crypto networks, right? It's this power of decentralization, right? It's like, okay, the Bitcoin network is able to, be so transparent and be able to thrive because there's millions of different people that are all supporting this one, idea, which is Bitcoin. And so my idea was what if we could bring that power of decentralization and data sharing to what we're doing with our trading bot. And so the idea was okay, well, if we could just get everyone testing and tweaking and playing with a bunch of stuff and push it all to one central database, then, that would be better for everybody involved. And so that's kind of how that came to be.
You kind of put the power back to your users.
Right. We're
because you didn't just sell it to them and say, good luck.
Right. It was, the thought was we're putting so much pressure on ourselves as a company to tweak things and make it right and all this sort of stuff. We're wait, we're not that smart. I mean, we understand that if we have 1,000 people that are all doing this, we understand that the collective is significantly smarter than just us internally, So that was kind of,
I mean, you're getting immediate feedback as well.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, if you try a strategy and it doesn't work and the person that made the strategy is well, let's go ahead and tweak this here. Or, you make adjustments that way. The collective of everybody together in the long run, you're going to do far better. And then got everybody, helping sell your product too. Yeah, for sure. So, okay, so you come across our ad on the internet, and are you skeptical? I mean, I know there's a lot of people selling bots and different stuff out there. Are you skeptical to sign up, or you're just no? At first I kind of was, because at first it was kind of it's not a shame on you, but it was another person selling something. But the more I looked into it, the more I saw that you were selling more of the community. You had a lot of people that were, out there poking around, asking questions. So it wasn't that aspect of here's the product, good luck. It was, hey, come take the journey with us. We'll help you if you have questions. Now, I came in obviously with a little bit more advanced knowledge than the average person. Sure. So I didn't really need a whole lot of help getting it set up. I understand quite a bit of it, but just having it there, if I have a question, I've reached out to Joe numerous times in a private message asking him just to have that feedback of somebody that's doing this too, that I'm not crazy. Yeah. And so that was a huge selling point for me.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, cool. Got it. And so you come on board, and then what what happens? How has this helped you? And is there any results that you've seen because of it?
So I actually, right when I signed up, I was finishing a $500,000 prop firm challenge.
Okay.
So I completed that. I'm live. I'm not yet profitable. I hit EP twice this week, actually. So I'm hopefully next week I can, get out of it. But I've started a $200,000 challenge last week, and then I'll be on phase 2 probably Tuesday of next week, Tuesday or Wednesday I start. So,
okay. Gotcha.
So I'm shooting for possibly having 700 and change.
Okay. Amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And when did you get started with this, by the way?
It's been roughly a month, a little bit over a month, maybe 5 weeks. So it's fairly new.
Okay. Yeah. You're brand new to it.
Yeah. So you kind of jump in and you've got all it's kind of, that's the other good thing you have is you have a lot of stuff set up for people where to go. Because at first it was kind of like, here's your Discord channel. I was like, wow, this is a lot of channels. Where do I go? You're kind of learning what people are posting, so you don't sound like an idiot. You're kind of like, don't ask the same question.
Yeah.
And then the videos I saw of Joe and you going through like, okay, this is what you need to do. Go here first. And then so you start putting in the work of spending time going through it. It's not that bad. And it really saved me a lot of time.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And your support, by the way, is fantastic. So.
Oh, good. The live chat.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. That's one thing that, we've had amazing feedback from forever is the live chat support. I think like a lot of companies in the industry don't really do that. I don't know why, but, we just always felt that it was important that our support agents really understood our products and our customers and how to use everything and whatnot. So that's good feedback. So thanks for that. Cool. And so what would you say is like of everything going on here? What would you say is like your favorite part of it?
My favorite part obviously is the potential to make money from it. Obviously that's the end goal. That's why everybody's here. Yeah. But it's also too, the biggest thing too, is I've been a trader full time for years and you're really kind of on your own. So to have kind of a community of not really people you see, but I can see Joe's face. I know who you look like.
Right.
So to have a community as well of like-minded people is pretty powerful. That, we're all kind of in the same, we don't know each other, but we're all kind of in the same pool together. Like we're all trying to figure this thing out. Yeah. Everybody trying to put in the work. So to me, that's pretty cool.
Cool. Right on. And so what is your, what is your goal with this or how do you see, this playing into your future?
My future, I'd like to be able to get up to my first initial goal is to get at least $1 million funded.
Okay.
And be able to, start I don't know about a necessarily income goal. But if I can shoot for, 20, 30,000 a month, that'd be great.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, I was actually just messaging this guy, Jason, in the group. I don't know if you've seen him, Jason Anderson, but he just told me he has $1 million in funded accounts right now. So it was really, really cool to see. I was like, what the heck? Because I guess I was talking to him in May, so it was a couple months ago, and he had told me he got 700,000. So I was just like, I wonder how this guy's doing. He's now got $1 million, which is just pretty awesome. It's like
how much do you got under funding?
We have like over $1 million. Joe manages all of it. So he's in control of all that. He's like setting up counts and does all that sort of stuff. So
you have company accounts that he does for you?
Yeah, exactly. We allocate company funds. So we're constantly taking challenges and whatnot. So Joe
very cool.
manages all that. Yeah.
Very cool.
And we're scaling it even more at this point. So yeah, it's good. And even all of our coaches too, they're constantly taking challenges pretty much every week as well. So, it's gotta be an extremely busy job. You guys you really do have something special. I'll be honest. I see a lot of fly by night stuff through the years, having the community behind it.
and listening to what your people that have the software, you guys are constantly listening to them. Like, hey, what do you guys need? You constantly are making upgrades to the software. Dude, you stay that track, you're going to keep plowing through the competition. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Thanks so much for that. That's one of our core values. Like our main core value of our company is this Japanese concept called Kaizen. It basically means constant and never ending improvement. Mm-hmm. And so we kind of
every week Joe sends out the announcement, hey man, new bugs are fixed, new updates. I'm like, that's unheard of. And it's just stuff that he's hearing that, oh, let me fix this. That's incredible.
The good thing is that our competition doesn't set the bar very high, unfortunately.
Well, see, that's the thing too, is you're setting your bar up high because you're not scamming people. You're actually giving them a product that's tested, that's you would give the user rights to. You're not pulling a wool over somebody's eye, like shamming them. Oh, you're going to you got to put in the work. For sure. You just have to. This is not easy. This isn't a playground. This is where all the big boys play. Yeah. And you really, and you give everybody an edge, hence your name.
Yep, exactly. That was the idea. So I appreciate that, man. That's awesome to hear from you. And that's our goal. So it's good to know that you're right. Like, it's like in this industry, specifically Forex, man, there's so many shady guys and people that are throwing out products that don't really work and all that sort of stuff. So we really do care about our customers, and we really want them to have success, because we know that's the only way that we're going to ultimately succeed is by having something real that works. And, they talk about it in that book, Think and Grow Rich, right? If it's not built upon the truth, it doesn't last. And so,
I mean, even if I was doing due diligence on you guys, like taking you don't care. Cause I mean, if I can look at and change any part of the strategy, that was my first piece. Yeah. When I looked at it, I was like, oh my gosh, they're giving me all the settings already. I'm like, they have nothing to hide then. Yeah. Most every robot that you would ever find out there in the live market, they're not telling you their settings. Yeah. They're not going to share it. Yeah. And you guys are like, here you go. Yeah. If you can tweak it, make it better, please let us know so we could help everybody else too. I'm like, really? Yeah. That's a new concept.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, the reality is it's not difficult, right? Like the whole goal was like, we wanted to build this EA where it could trade any possible way that you could imagine or dream of, right? And that's why there's a whole bunch of settings, and you can get it to do whatever you want it to do, right? But we know that that's not the secret sauce of our product. Is not that it has all these features, because ultimately anybody could code up this robot, but the secret sauce is really in like the back testing tool, like the MTP, and really the leaderboard where all the strategies are getting put together, and then the community, right? So
it's a very tech heavy, like you've really got to have your A game when you're like, if I'm sitting there trying to pull Joe's mind apart, I mean, you could see it. He's in it every day up to, in the weeds. Yeah. So it's a different caliber. If somebody comes in and they're brand new and they don't know how to start the computer, like you're going to have to lean on your success coach a lot to get you started. Yeah. But you've laid it out literally as simple as you could. Step 1, then go to step 2.
Yeah. Our best customers are obviously people that are traders, because they take this and they run with it and they do really well. But we have people that are like from all different backgrounds. Like I just recently was talking to this mother of 5 named Kara, that she had no trading experience. She was a dance studio, and she owned a dance studio, and so she picked this up because she sold her dance studio and wanted to do that. And last I spoke to her, she was funded $400K, and I think she told me in May she had made like 17 grand or something crazy like that. Results vary and not typical and all that sort of stuff, right? Those results don't mean you're going to get those results, but like that was cool. Like it was cool. Like she had no experience, and she was just, as long as you.
Yeah, I kind of feel bad too, because I really haven't leaned on the success coach a whole lot. I don't know I know she's extremely busy. But I don't know if you want to pair that up with people based on what their knowledge is of trading before they step in the door, because you may have to have one that's going to handhold people.
we've got, the live chat support, and then, we have a dedicated guy that can get on Zoom and help people set everything up if they need it. We try to cover all bases,
Yeah.
So
You're doing good, man. You're killing it, dude.
Okay. Appreciate it. And is this a product that you'd recommend? And if so, who would you recommend it to?
I have recommended it to a group of our traders. I got one possibly signing up probably in a month or so when he's
cool.
So he's signing up another challenge and he's wanting to try something new. And so I gave him Matt's number at Blue Edge.
Yeah.
And I told Matt, I said, hey, just go ahead and reach out to this person. He'll be ready soon.
Okay, nice. So, like I mentioned, we're always trying to get better with our product and everything. Is there anything that you see that we could do that would make it even better, or experience better, or the product work better? Anything that you'd like to see?
It's really hard, man. You guys are doing a lot of great stuff, man. You got the Discord, you're listening to all your clients. You're constantly making updates. You've had weekly Zoom calls where people can come on, ask questions.
Yeah. And to be honest, like, you may think, oh, Joe's, he's this great trader, whatever. Like he's not doing anything special. Like, he's doing exactly what we tell everyone else to do. And he's just doing it. It's like, he chooses the strategy just like how we teach everybody else how to choose a strategy. But I think the difference with him versus other people is that he's very consistent. He does it every single week. He's taking a new challenge. And that's why he gets payouts pretty much every single week. And he's got this log of funded accounts. And so I think that's like the big difference is that,
he's very unemotional to his account. I can see that. He's like, oh, I hit EP. Oh, well. I'm like, you don't really, you're not attached to this account. He's like, no.
He's unemotional to life. But no, he's great. Yeah, no, that actually serves him really well. And yeah, he just, he's been doing it over a year now. And so we just know the numbers, like we know that we're going to fail. We know that we're going to succeed. And as long as we just keep playing out, we know we're going to make money. And so
what is your goal? What is your goal for Blue Edge?
Yeah.
Cause I know you probably got some lofty goals.
Yeah. Obviously we have like our financial goals as like a company and, how many members that we want to have on board and how many people that we want to help get funded and all this. But really like the thing that we were really after was just to build a product that's so good that like it actually changes people's lives. And like we're starting to see those stories, of, Kara and, I just interviewed Beck and, there's a ton, of people that I've interviewed that have had life-changing stories. And so that was really the goal, to like build something that we're actually proud of. And it took us a long time, like we've been in business for almost 4 years and it's been a ton of iterations and like a lot of failure and like a lot of like, unfortunately, like letting people down and like, or getting their hopes up and not being able to fulfill early on. And it was all learning. Like it's all been learning and gathering of data to figure out how to like best put this thing together. So yeah, anyways, I guess the goal is to be like the number one go-to, like for anybody that wants to use an algorithm or a robot to pass a prop firm challenge, we're the number one source. You wouldn't even think of going to anyone else. Like that's like what our goal is. So yeah.
Very good, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
success is only the amount of failures you're standing on top of, man. That's it.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. So cool, man. Well, thanks again so much. And keep us posted with your results inside of Discord.
Yes, sir. Thank you. It's great meeting you.
Okay. Likewise, my friend.
Thank you.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.